Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about manifesting. You're struggling to manifest. There's things that you want and you've wanted for a long time. Often it's person, isn't it? And you have been going over and over and over the things. You're feeling good sometimes, bad sometimes. You're getting little glimpses of things, but you're not getting the bigger picture. How are you going to change that? Are you going to be able to change that? And yes, you are going to be able to change that because everything is energetic. So it's only where you're in a mismatch of energy. So you want things, but you're just not feeling them energetically. You're more in the lack of. So you are seeing the lack of because that's the energy that you're living in. So let's say I was going back, I'm going to go back 8 years now when I started to really get into this. And I'm going to go back into the first year. Okay, so I was trying everything under the sun because I just thought, oh, you do this and this and this happens. Oh, awesome. Then I'll get this and I'll get that. And it just doesn't, I realised it didn't work like that. And I did come away from this for a little while, but I did come back to it because I knew there was something going on here. I just knew it deep down in my soul, so I couldn't leave it alone. But I decided that minimal was best, that I was a minimal person. I like doing the least work possible. So I was going to go with that. And I did feel that it was energy. So I would, and then if somebody had given me this to do, I would have thought, yeah, that is it. Okay, so you are looking at 2 weeks here, 2 weeks from your life, and that's it. And I'm really talking about 2 weeks here. I'm not talking about 2 weeks and then, oh, maybe should I do another week? Maybe I'll do another week more. No, it's 2 weeks and that's it, because that is the task and that is what you are going to do. You are going to impress something, an idea on your subconscious, into your subconscious for 2 weeks. Now, you're going to choose a way to do it. If it was me, I would choose visuals because I am a very visual person. I live a lot in my head, and that would be the only way that would work for me. I don't like affirming, I don't like scripting, and even if I knew I was only doing it for 2 weeks, I still wouldn't like it. So I would go. So I'm going to talk about this as if it was me. I would set a scene. I would find a scene in my head. Well, no, actually, strip it right back. No, what I would do first is I would say, okay, what is that thing that I want? So you choose the thing that you've been wanting to manifest, that you haven't been able to manifest. I'm sorry that my chair keeps wobbling a bit, so if you keep hearing a knocking noise, I think it's okay now. It's like a wobbly table in the restaurant, so I think it's fine. We've got a bit of an uneven floor out here. Okay, so you choose what it is that you want. You decide, what is that thing that I really want? Okay, now, do I think there's any reason that I can't have this? This is the first thing to do. It's really important. Is there anything in me that says, but you can't have this because, or let's say it's a person you're thinking, but they've got to work through all of their issues first. Now that is a real, I'm not going to call it a block. That is a real bit of resistance there because you're thinking somebody else has to do something in order for you to have them in your life, but that's not true. And I don't understand why that's true, and I don't really get the free will thing, but it simply isn't true because it isn't down to what's going on in their life, it's down to what's going on inside of you. So you have to look at that and go, I dissolve that. I dissolve the program running within me that says I can't have it until, or whatever it is, whatever the contradiction is inside of you, the contrary idea is inside of you, you dissolve it. So you're dealing with it, you're speaking to your subconscious and dealing with that. Don't think, oh God, now I have to believe it's gone. You don't. You've told your subconscious, you don't need to do anything else. Your subconscious isn't the thing that believes things. Your head is the thing that believes things or not believes them, and your head is not important in manifesting. It just isn't. It doesn't even come into it, so don't even worry about that. You've set that instruction, now you've set that intention that you will dissolve that, and then you open up possibilities. So you say, yeah, because it could happen like this, or it could happen like this, or it could happen like this. You don't necessarily think it might happen any of those ways, but you are opening up possibilities. You are saying, I am open to all kinds of ways that this could happen. I am open to it. But if you don't want to go through scenarios, just say, I am open to this. There are loads, the reality has an absolute stack of ways that it can bring this to me, and I'm just going to let it do its stuff. So you've done that bit first, you've got the instructions out of the way, you've spoken to your subconscious, and now you decide what it is that you're going to do. So we're going to go with visuals because that's what I would do. I would then set a scene that would imply that I already had it. So I probably wouldn't set the scene as I was getting it, you know. I would set a scene, say a week into the future. I already had it. So what would be going on in my life after I had it? It could be anything, but anything that implies that you have that thing that you want. So I would do that twice a day. And I would do it for 2 weeks. I would not do it for any longer than that. I would stop at the 2 weeks, and I would suggest you keep a chart because it's really good to feel that you're doing something. It feels like your homework, and you tick off. Each time you do it, tick off, tick off, tick off. You get to the bottom of your list of days and you've finished, and you write, it is done underneath. And then it is done, you do nothing else. If you start doing more after this, then you're placing too much importance on it, you're putting it on a pedestal, you are making it feel like you have to drag it back into, and you don't need to do that. You've created that now, you have impressed that upon your subconscious now, you don't need to do anything else. All you need to do now is live your life. All you need to do now is go off and do those other things that make you happy. Throw yourself in to the rest of life as it is, because why not? What else have you got to do? You might as well. Those things are here, they're in your life now. Let's enjoy them, because that then shifts your energy. And what happens is you're then so focused on you and having a good time and enjoying the life that you have, you give space for that to come in. It's just a great big open doorway for it to come in, and it will come in when you're least expecting it. Do not decide, well, I'll just get on with my life for a couple of weeks, and if it hasn't come by then oh, it's not going to come, or I need to do something different. No, you have to stick to this. This is you taking control of you. This is you taking control of creating your life by knowing that you don't have to do much. The more you do, the more resistant you are. The more you do, the more energy you're going to have of looking for it. Because the more you do, the more you will feel like, where the hell is it? Because we put work in, we work hard for something, we expect to see a result, and that doesn't work with this. So you have to stop that. So you have to say, from today, I wipe the slate clean. Today is day one of the rest of my life, and I'm going to do it like this, because what have I got to lose? If I keep doing the same, I'm just going to get the same result. Let's do something different and get a different result. So you do that. Don't worry about when it will come. Just try. If you do wonder about when it will come, just make sure that wonder is, oh, I wonder when that will come. I can't imagine when that will come. I can't even imagine how that will happen, but I wonder how it will happen, because I'm not in charge now. Oh my gosh, that's a bit freaky, but I love the unknown. The unknown is exciting. It really is. So try to embrace the unknown. That's another good, really great tip. Don't be scared of the unknown and feel like you need to control it, everything. Go embrace the unknown. How awesome is it that this is going to come to me? And believe me, the people I've spoken to over the time, some of these manifestations have come in the most crazy ways, and you think, oh my god, you could not have even imagined that it could have come like that. It wouldn't even be a scenario that you build up in your head. Now, when you make up a scenario in your head, this little scene in your head, it doesn't mean that it's going to come exactly that way, but what you're doing is you're tapping into the feeling of having it. You're tapping into the feeling of having it. Maybe that incident that you're made up in your head might never happen, but it doesn't mean that it won't happen. All you're doing is tapping into the feeling of this happened because I have this. So don't always be looking for that scene to arrive in your life. When that manifestation does come, don't think, oh, when's that going to happen? That scene that I imagined. Don't even worry about that. We're not doing this in order to get that scene to happen. We're doing this in order to impress on our subconscious that we have what it is that we want. That's it. I cannot reiterate enough how much that needs to be it then. It needs to be a done deal. We need to then bring our energy back, reel it back in to us. And it's all about us. And we're just going to enjoy life, and we're going to do whatever we want. As long as we're not hurting anybody else, we are going to do what we want and not what we feel we should do, not what we think other people expect us to do, or expectations we've placed on ourselves, unrealistic expectations that don't actually fall in line with what we would really like to do. And if we would really like to do something that you think, oh, but that seems really bad, or that seems really lazy, or really not right, it doesn't matter. Don't even worry about that. Do whatever you are naturally and what you feel, what your heart goes to in life. If it's not what you think that should be expected, that is expected of you, it doesn't matter. Your expectations are the only ones that you need to meet, but make them fall in line with what you really, really want, because why not live the life that you really want rather than the life that you think you should want? And I've done that. I've really done that in the past, and I never do that anymore. I really go with what I am naturally. And like I've said before, what I am naturally is the least amount of work for the most amount of money. Why not? I used to think that's so lazy, I don't think that anymore. I think, I'm just going with my natural tendency. I'm going with that instead of fighting against it. I always did reasonably well in life, and I know in business and that before, but I never really felt hugely comfortable because I was always going against the grain. You go going against my natural inclination. Now I just go with it. And why not? I can want what I want. That's not hurting anybody, is it? That is not hurting anyone. If I'm not doing much, getting lots of money for it, who does that hurt? No one. And it's nice for me because it means I can do all of those things that I love doing, like seeing my friends, spending time with them, watching all the crappy old TV shows that I like watching, all of those other things that I like doing that don't take much brain effort. Well, so what? Anyway, okay, thanks for watching. I'm an author, my books are listed below. I offer Zoom coaching, I offer email coaching, one-off email service, and there is a members area on my website where you can join. You can join free and you get about 70% of the modules, or you can become a premium member, which is £10 a month. You get a little bit of email support with that. It's not email coaching, but you do get a bit of email support. You also get access to extra modules, subliminals, meditations and courses. Okay, thanks for watching.